morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you catch this video. My name is Thomas, and today we're going to talk about this case that I found on the FBI website, specifically white-collar crimes. Now, the general theme of this story, well, of all my stories, is who's the dumb one? Is it you, the consumers, or is it a person running the Ponzi scheme or whatever kind of scheme and just got dumb and got caught? Today, we're going to talk about Voyager. Now, Voyager is many things, but today we're just going to call them a scammer because that's what they are. So we have the rise and falls of Voyager Digital. So let's get a little brief introduction here. So Voyager Digital launched in early 2018 under the leadership of the CEO, Stephen Ehrlich. Remember that name? Promising retail investors a user-friendly gateway into the crypto market. Cryptocurrency is an exploding market, so yeah. By marketing itself as a safe alternative to traditional banks, the platform attracted hundreds of thousands of customers and amassed over $1 billion in crypto deposits. So between 2019 through the mid-2022s, Voyager repeatedly assured customers that their US dollar balance were protected by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Now, in case you're not familiar with what the FDIC is, it's basically what regulated banks use to promise depositors. So I'm a depositor, I'm a customer, I deposit the max of $250,000 into a bank. If that bank suddenly collapses, then the government will back me up and give me my full reimbursement. Anything above that amount, they're not going to insure. So promising that you're FDIC insured is a very big deal. And this is why I feel like you guys are dumb, because you can verify this online. We're going to get more into that. Carry on. So, across its website, mobile apps, and email campaign, the company displays statements such as, "Your USD is FDIC insured," implying bank-level safety. Despite these representations, Voyager was not a charter bank and held no FDIC insured. In late 2021, the bank's partner, Metropolitan Commercial Bank, warned the company that the claim that Voyager itself is FDIC insured is not accurate. Yet, the marketing continued unabated. So basically, its partner, we got a parent. Well, I'm not sure how they do it, but I'm assuming you got a parent or partnership saying, "Hey, man, don't do this." And they say, "You know what? We're going to keep doing this." On June 14, in 2022, Ehrlich addressed the customers directly via email, declaring investors amid a broad downturn in the crypto prices. At the time, Bitcoin and Ethereum had already declined approximately 40 to 60% from the all-time high, raising concerns about the platform's sovereignty across the industries. So do you guys remember that time where everybody was investing in crypto? All these different crypto coins popped up, everybody was investing in them. If you invested in Bitcoin, not financial advice, but those were more reliable than these new ones where there are a lot of scams going on. I'm pretty sure you guys remember the Hot 2 coin. Yeah, and around that era where a lot of scams are still going on to this day, by the way. Again, I'm not saying crypto is not a good investment, but it is not regulated as stocks and bonds are. Just 17 days after Ehrlich's reinsurance, the one he emailed everybody saying like, "Hey, I know there's a downturn in the crypto markets, but your funds are safe." Just 17 days later, he froze everybody's accounts. On July 1st of 2022, he locked more than $1 billion in deposits behind the platform authentication wall, freezing standard users' life savings accounts, tuition funds, and home down payments. So imagine you working for months just to buy a house, and then you're just locked out of your account. On July 5th of 2022, Voyager formally filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the United States in the bankruptcy court of the Southern District, New York, citing liquidation shortfalls exacerbating by its exposure to failure counterparts. So again, imagine that. You and your wife or you and your husband worked extra hours just to get this money for a down payment, because we know houses aren't cheap right now. You save up, let's say you saved up $50K. All of a sudden, everything is frozen. He's thinking like, "Oh no, we're safe. It's FDIC insured." It is not FDIC insured. And then a couple of days later, just 4 days later, you're going to notice saying that they declare bankruptcy. I will be heated. So let's see how this all plays out in court. In response to Voyager's misleading claims, the FDIC and the Federal Reserve issued a joint cease-and-desist letter on July 28, 2022. The regulators condemned the unauthorized use of the FDIC name and warned Voyager's representation were likely to mislead consumers. Yes. The letter marked the first public acknowledgement by the federal authorities that Voyager's marketing violate banking regulated status. Now, let's stop here. It took you guys, so again, they start promoting this heavily in 2019. So it took 2019, 2020, 2021, mid-2022, 4 years and a half for the FDIC to finally say, hey, we need to investigate this person. And not until they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and there's a big uproar. So y'all didn't see like, hey, they're using our name, but they're not regulated. Why didn't his partner kind of just do like a little whistleblower and got some payment for that? That's what I would have did, to be honest. So I honestly, that commercial bank, like the Metropolitan Commercial Bank, you kind of guilty too. I don't care if you warned them. You should have reported them. You knew what you was doing. So carry on. Oh, and one more thing. You can verify this stuff online. We have a website called FDIC.gov where you can verify if a financial institution is actually regulated. Because to become FDIC insured, the USA is going to watch over your books to make sure that you're not sending any money anywhere else for anti-money laundering laws and this other stuff. They're going to regulate they're going to review your books. So that's why claiming that it's just a big mess. Over a year into the bankruptcy proceeding, the Federal Trade Commission filed a civil complaint on October 12 of 2023 against Voyager and its affiliates and CEO Stephen Ehrlich. So you got the Federal Reserve, you got the FTC, and you got the FTC on your ass right now because you lied. This should be a lesson learned. The FTC alleged violation of Section 5A of the FTC Act, which prohibits unfair or deceptive acts, and Section 521 of the Graham-Leach-Bailey Act, which prohibits false statements to obtain financial data. The complaint detailed how Voyager collected personal financial information under false pretense and perpetuated deceptive marketing about the deposit insurance. Again, like I can't blame them, but like y'all just trust anything y'all see on the internet. Okay. On November 27th, 2023, the U.S. Department Court of the Southern District of New York, it's a mouthful, approved a stipulation order granting permanent injunction relief and entering a $1.65 billion monetary judgment. So they got fined. Let's see if there's any restitutions for their victims. Suspended to allow for continuing bankruptcy distributions. The injunction barred Voyager and its affiliates from offering any consumer-facing crypto services and ordered names Francine Ehrlich, CEO Stephen Ehrlich's spouse, as a relief defendant for receiving proceeds traceable to the unlawful conduct. Basically what they're saying is, hey, you spend money on your wife, we need to look into her. So you got your wife caught up into this now. Y'all see Wolf of Wall Street where he got kind of caught up and his wife filed divorce? I feel like that is coming. So that's basically all we got right now. This is a ongoing case as Stephen Ehrlich is also going through a separate ongoing litigation. I hope they send his to prison because that ain't right. That ain't right. You mess with people's lives. People only get one life, and you still like. If I lost 50K, I'm not saying I will, but somebody coming for you. I'm not saying it's me, but somebody's coming for you. All right. So the lesson learned here is Voyager collapse underscores the importance of verifying regulatory claims independently. You can't just trust what people say online. Obviously, you can't trust what I just say online. I'm just reporting. Retail investors should confirm FDIC insurance. insurance status directly through the FDIC.gov website before entrusting funds to any platform. So instead of just giving your money out to people and getting scams, maybe you should verify a couple things first. Sometimes the saying, "it's too good to be true," is true. The case also highlights how borrowing language from regulated institutions. So they want to sound smart, but they're lying to you. Institutions without corresponding oversight can lead to severe legal consequences. As I said, banks who claim to be FDIC insured or covered by the government is going to want to see, hey, where's your money going? They want to see what's going on before, like, if you give somebody money that you kind of don't know, but you gotta know, like, you want to know, do you have a job? Like, he wants some insurance. Like, let's be serious. Just because somebody's online doesn't mean it's true. I don't think they even have a physical branch location. I think it's just a corporate office they have. So I should tell you something. As the federal agency increases scrutiny of cryptocurrency market, why don't you guys get it regulated? Why is it this stuff not regulated? You regulated stocks, bonds, securities, and stuff. Why don't you regulate cryptocurrency? I haven't heard any announcements of you guys making a well, I think you guys made a task force. You're not regulating, you just made a task force. I'm gonna double check that, but they're talking out their ass right now. Okay, so as federal agencies increase scrutiny of cryptocurrency marketing, investors and entrepreneurs alike must ensure that their representatives align with actual regulatory authorities and protection. I agree. So again, you can find this case on the FBI White Collars news section. It's right there. And Stephen Ehrlich, I will be following your story because I hope you go to jail. And I kind of hope your wife divorces you as well, because and scammers are so. Best to you guys. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, I will be reporting more on these cases in this format. Y'all be easy.